welcome back, fellow adventurers and realm raiders alike. So, I'm assuming you watched the starting video for Final Fantasy XIV on how to get into Eorzea and how to choose your data center, your world, and create your character. Well, now I'm going to show you how to set up your HUD system. So that way everything is easily accessible for you. You understand some of these buttons and some things that make it so easy to be able to see, because I had the hardest time and I still stumble, but this will make it much easier to understand. So my HUD system is already set up for my own comfort level, but I'm going to walk you through how I set this up so that way it's easier for you. You're going to come down here to your settings, and obvious, you'll click the HUD layout. Now, it's very scary looking. It is terrifying, especially if it's something you've never done before. Now, I did not have all these bars. You won't have these bars. You won't have this box, and all of the stuff is in different areas. You can move anything, anywhere. You heard me. You can move anything, anywhere. It is all about what makes it easier for you to see. Now, as you can tell, this pops up here. This is the normal spot. I never moved that. The duty list stayed there for me. I can move it over, which actually probably benefit me since I added an extra hotbar, but all of it stays. Now, you can add more hotbars. That is the biggest thing ever. So the hotbars is what makes it easy to add things onto your screen. So when you're trying to add a hotbar, there is already a list of hotbars right here. There's a pet bar also, which I never used. I just added it onto my hotbars. So when you have another hotbar, what is one that I haven't used? Hotbar 7, right here. It is not on my screen. It's here in the HUD layout, but you did not see it on my screen. So you're going to UI elements. You want this to be seen. You need to be able to see this so you can use this. You choose how you want it to sit, how many you want there. You want it a 6x2, a 4x3, 3x4, 2x6, 1x12, which is what these are, or a 12x1. So it is completely your choice as to how you want it set up, how you want it sitting. I typically use the 1x12s because they sit quietly to the side, except for the one that I have right here, which is my 3x4, and it's very beneficial to have up by your map. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate my hotbar 7 because I want it. So you're going to click it to activate it. You can choose the percentage of how big you want it. Now this goes for anything. You can choose how big or how small you want it. You can choose to have your hotbar huge, which you probably don't want, but that's okay. You know, it's up to you, whatever works. You can have it super small. I made all my hotbars smaller. All of my things are at 60%. So I'm going to go ahead and save it like that. And then if you would like to click and move things, everything is movable now here. So my blood gauge for my Dark Knight was up here originally, and it drove me absolutely bananas that it was so big and it was in the middle of my screen. So all I did was tap it. I hit the UI element and I'm able to drop it down. I'm actually going to make that one smaller while we're here. And I moved it down so it was out of the way. And my dark side gauge as well, I did drop that down to 60% and I moved it down there as well. So that way it's there. Now they do have the simple modes for all of these as well if you would like to change to the simple modes. I personally like the way these look, but that is your choice. The job gauge in simple mode is just this. It's just the little gauge that grows and drops. I personally like the way that looks. It lights up really cool in battle, and that's just my preference. These are all things that you can change and do in your HUD layout. So say you've set up all the hotbars you think you're going to want. You can always add and remove later. And then you're just going to click save. And then we're going to close out the hotbar or the HUD layout right here. Now, I'm going to move this over to the side. Say I want this over to the left-hand side. When you're adding things to your HUD layout, you're going to be able to add things like your emotes, which I have some emotes here. I actually might turn that into an emote hotbar for myself. I also have some of my stances for my Chocobo. I've got my attacker stance, healer stance, and defender stance here. I take a lot of photos with my community members when we are streaming. So I do have my group pose up here. It just gives you more accessibility for everything. Your friend list is here. I pulled my full emotes up here so that way I can get to them quicker. It's just more for accessibility. Everything is able to be pulled for the most part. So say I'm wanting to grab something from my inventory. So I am on computer, so I can just click I and it'll open and close my inventory. If you are not on computer, then everything that you could possibly need is down here below. So I can go to character and hit inventory and it will open inventory. So say that I wanted to put my Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket up here. So I'm just going to click it and pull it. And when you're on your PlayStation, or if you're on Xbox now, you're able to do it the same way. It's just about pulling it. And then if you want to remove it, you just take it off and drop it in midair and it'll remove it. It is that simple. As for sizing, you can size everything. So like I said, you can resize these bars down here. My map was a whole lot bigger and I resized it. I apologize. My map was a whole lot smaller and I resized it bigger so I can see it. As well, for opening your map, you can just click it and it will also open your map, which is very helpful. Your inventory I have down here. I left all of my things for the most part in their safe spot, in their saved spot. And I just left it there. And then if you do not want something from your HUD layout that you put up there, so like say I don't want this anymore. I don't want this hotbar anymore. I want to remove it. I'm just going to unclick it and then click save and out, and it's gone. So you can remove as many hotbars as you need and see fit. Now here's a big one for me. Another one that made my life so much easier, because if you are in party chats at all, right here is something that you have to see. It is very hard to see. So I was able to go to chat log settings, and you are able to change all of your settings in here. Everything from color to font size and how you want based off of your logs. I turned my entire thing up to 30 because I was incapable of seeing it. But this is not something that anybody taught me. I was clicking around for dear help. So if you are not able to read your chat box, I highly recommend bringing that font size up because otherwise it's very hard to see. And you are also able to make your chat box bigger or smaller depending on what's easier for you to see. Now, I hope that some of that walkthrough for the HUD system was easy for you to understand and it was beneficial for you, because I had a really hard time understanding it just from reading things and clicking around. I was very grateful to have some community members that were able to video with me and help me walk through it. But hopefully this video helps you in your travels in Eorzea. And I hope to see you there. If you're not following, hit that subscribe and the bell. Come see me over on Twitch because every Sunday we are playing. And if you need a free company or just people to party up with to do dailies, my entire community is happy to help you. And we'll see you guys in Eorzea. Bye.